Thanks for staying with Sunrise. Robotics have been in the high school system for quite a while, helping students to understand the mechanics of machines. Well, thanks to the first Tech Challenge Jamaica, they can understand those mechanics a little earlier. Here to tell us more about the introduction of robotics in primary schools, we welcome Ajani Hicklin, FFL coordinator at FTC Jamaica, and Nadine Gale Little, principal at Beulah All-Age Infant School. Good morning, lady and gentlemen. How are you doing?
Good morning, I'm well.
So good to have you on set this morning.
Pleasure.
All right, so Ajani, let's start with you, and then I'm going to come over to principal. What is robotics all about?
So robotics is really all about both the technical skills that we're trying to teach the students as well as non-technical. So we're mainly focused on engineering and programming. Those are the two main skills that we try to focus on both with the FLL program and the FTC program. And there are also soft skills that we focus on as well, because students need to be able to work together. So there's communication involved, there's teamwork. So students are both learning the engineering aspects of how to build a robust robot, a robot that can accomplish different missions at once, as well as the programming to be able to maneuver that robot that they built from before.
Right, so it's learning about the technical things, but also introducing and developing the soft skills. But FTC, what is the program? It's the First Tech Challenge Jamaica Robotics program. Tell us some more about the program and what does it really aim to achieve?
Okay, so the First Tech Challenge is our high school level program, and First Tech Challenge Jamaica is the organization that runs both FTC and the first Lego League, which, as you know, we've just launched this year. And what we're trying to do is build these skills within our youth. Both, first, we began with the high school level, and we're trying to start earlier. So the benefit of this program is that our students can have their introduction to robotics not just at the high school level, but at the primary school level. And what we're trying to do is build those skills within our students so that they can take that to the high school level and compete in our program, so that they can take that past that and join these emerging fields, whether it's in programming, in computer science, whatever the case may be. These skills are directly transmissible to many of the emerging fields.
Yeah. Okay, very good. And so, Mrs. Gay Little,
Yes.
morning again. How do you feel about this program being introduced, especially at the primary level? What does it mean for you?
Extremely exciting.
Yes.
You know, the benefits so far that we would have seen, you know, is definitely something that speaks to growth and the development of our institution and also the students, because they would have learned so much during the short time that we would have been introduced to robotics, you know. And so when we talk about some of the skills, the soft skills, Ajani mentioned them just now, collaboration, teamwork, cooperation, communication, creativity, and innovativeness. These are some skills, you know. We talk about STEM in education, we talk about STEAM, and all of these things. This is what robotics really opens up the teaching and learning, you know, for the students.
And it encourages a better understanding, because when they can get hands-on, interactive kind of learning.
And whets their appetite and stimulates their interest for the other subject areas. So you find them now being more interested in the mathematics, the science, the social studies, and so on. Because when you think gaming, you think robotics, you think gaming, you know, you think of things that are fun, things that are relatable for them. And so they're able to transfer so many of the things and the skills and the knowledge that they learn here in robotics and apply it to other areas of their life. So we are just so appreciative of the fact that we are able to be a part of the group, the core group that started out in robotics, because this is the first year.
Yes.
It is being introduced.
And there are lots of exciting things that we want to talk about, and I really want to thank you for that positive attitude of encouraging this in school. So we do have some students here on set. I'm just going to ask them to introduce themselves. You can go ahead first.
My name.
Go ahead. Yes, man, talk.
My name is Zidane Young.
Zidane Young. At which school? Tell me the name.
Beulah All-Age.
Beulah All-Age. What grade are you in?
Grade 4.
Grade 4. All right.
My name is Javon Scott. I am attending the School of Beulah All Age and I am in the grade of grade 6.
Grade 6.
My name is Shania Blake and I am from Beulah All Age and I'm in grade 5.
All right. So Shania, hold on before she passes the mic. What do you like about robotics? What have you learned since you have been involved in this program?
Miss, I have learned how to program robots, how to get along with my teammates.
You've learned how to program the robots and how to get along with your teammates.
Yes.
All right, let me hear from your teammates. What have you learned? What do you like the most about robotics?
In robotics, I like that we have a chance to compete against other schools, and there's a lot of learning experience for us to cooperate. And as Miss Little said, it helps us in our subject areas.
That's right.
I like about robotics the communication and the things that we learn.
All right, tell me one thing that you learned.
I learned how to program the robot and how to build other parts for it.
All right, so we have a cadre of technical experts coming up here, you know. And this young man here, introduce yourself and tell me which school do you attend?
All right, so my name is Emilio McLeod and I attend the Glenmuir High School.
Glenmuir. And Emilio, talk to me about robotics. What is it that you really like about robotics and how has it helped you as a student academically and also developing your personal skills?
Well, robotics, I have always been a technical person. I like building stuff and so forth. So when I started attending Glenmuir and I heard that they had a robotics team, I took it upon myself because I said robotics is fun, you know.
Okay.
So I started robotics at Glenmuir. I really joined the club and later on transferred over into the team. I really major in engineering, but then I tend to dabble in programming a bit as well as communications.
So you're really entrenched into what's your career choice though? What are you looking at?
I'm really looking at civil engineering or architectural design.
All right, right. Alignment there. So we do have a model here on set. I don't know who's going to tell me about it. If you're going to tell me about it or Ajani is going to walk me through what's happening here. Go ahead.
I can speak about the game.
Yes.
So the first Lego League challenge consists of a series of missions, effectively, that a team will build a robot as well as various attachments. So if you look at the robot, there are elements that can be removed and are placed onto the robot.
And all of these, we call them robots?
No. We have the robot in one of the launch areas.
Oh, okay.
The rest of these elements are called mission models.
Oh.
And what teams do for the first Lego League challenge is they will construct their own robots and program it to autonomously interact with each of these various elements to score points. So it's effectively a game. There are 15 missions total. And each game element has different requirements to score points. So there are some which may be push based. You may need to collect objects and bring them back into base. There are some which require pulling. So there's
push and pull. Yeah, I said that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there's a diverse range of basically mechanical capabilities that high-performing teams will need to have their robot be capable of. And then it's completely autonomous, meaning the robot is not controlled by the students.
Right.
They will program basically paths, and the motors that they're working with need to be programmed to interact with all of these elements.
Right.
So there is both the construction element as well as the programming to actually
So
score
once
points.
they are programmed, there is no human manipulation after that?
There is some degree,
Some level?
some degree. So if you'll notice, there are these two launch areas in the corners of the mat. Once the robot is completely within either of these areas, the students are able to touch the robots and change the code, add on new elements, take off elements to interact with the field without incurring a touch penalty. It is possible for students to interact with the robot while it's on other parts of the field, but that would cause them to lose points in the game. So high-performing teams will try to ensure that their robot always returns to base so that they won't incur those penalties.
Introducing innovation, creativity, all of that.
Critical thinking.
It's very important.
Yes.
And communication is highly
And
important as well,
communication.
because this year they've introduced a second launch area, meaning that there are 2 students stationed on one side and 2 students stationed on another. So sometimes the robot may launch from one side. These students may have the robot go to the other side, and those students need to know how to position the robot, know basically all the alignment. So there's communication involved in these 2.5-minute matches.
This is exciting,
It is,
and
it
you
is.
recently participated. Well, the school
Yes.
recently participated in the Jamaica First Lego League Challenge exhibition.
Yes.
And you emerged the champion. Yes, you emerged the
Yes.
champion. I'm sure that must have been a very exciting feeling
Yes,
for you,
definitely, most
right?
definitely.
And so, Ajani, this program is actually available currently in 35 schools. Am I correct? Across the island.
Well, the First Tech Challenge is working with approximately 30 schools, but for the first Lego League, which we've just launched, we're currently with 9 schools. So apart from Beulah, we
Primary
schools,
at the primary level.
There's Beulah, we have Pike Primary, for example, Shortwood Practicing, Port Maria. So there are 9 schools that we started with this year, and we're hoping to expand in the future. I also want to take a moment to just recognize the NCB Foundation and the Union of Jamaican Alumni Associations.
Yes.
Without them, this program would not be possible at all. They are our key partners, and it is with their help that we've been able to bring in the schools that we have currently, and we hope to expand moving forward.
Right, and I do hope that you will expand. And for those principals watching this morning and school administrators, and they are just as excited
And if I may just jump in quickly to say that in addition to what Ajani just said about the UJA, Union of Jamaica Alumni Association, the Beulah Alumni Association is a member of UJA. And I just want to thank our Alumni Association for this wonderful opportunity. Jennifer Morgan Petgrave, Dr. Morgan Petgrave, and the team for allowing us to be in this position. And just finally to say also that the National Standards Curriculum of the Ministry of Education is built on, well, several skills, but I want to talk about 4 of the 21st century skills that this robotic program really embodies. Critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. Now, if we get our students to do that, then we are on our way to get them to be good learners. And this program, when you see the children at work, you just see all of that coming into play. And it's musical, it's beautiful, you know, wonderful.
Yes. No more endorsement needed, but I just want to know how schools can actually contact you to get you coming in so that this program can be implemented as well. Social media details, websites, anything.
Okay, I believe it's JamaicaRobotics.org. Hosts the First Tech Challenge, all the information there. And Gavin Samuels is the affiliate partner representative. He's really the man in charge, so he is the person to contact, I would say.
All right, thank you so much.
May I just indicate, Emilio is from Glenmuir, and we reached out to Glenmuir High School for assistance. So he has also, in addition to the team from First Tech, he has also been coaching our students. So we want to give him a big thank you.
Power of collaboration.
Yes, definitely.
All right, it was an exciting chat this morning with Ajani Hicklin from, he's a FFL coordinator from the First Tech Challenge Jamaica Robotics program, and Nadine Gale Little, principal, Beulah All Age and Infant School. Please do stay with us. Sunrise will continue right after these messages.